Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namini Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Shiyuta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneswari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarvyascha Kripa Sindhubhye Vachapatitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Isvaraga Paramaga Krishnaga Satchidananda Vigraga Anadi Radhir Govindaga Sarvakarana Karanam Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the king of knowledge, Raja Vidya. So in the third chapter, we are studying about Karma Yoga. So to achieve that status of yoga, we have to act. So that is what Karma Yoga. So when we become a yogi, then we don't have to act. Yoginam api sarvesham matgatena antaratmana saddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mata. That's what Krishna is saying. Of all the yogis, yoginam api sarvesham. So one who keeps Krishna within himself all the time. Madgatena antaratmana. Shraddhavan bhajate yomam. So with faith, one who performs, renders devotional service unto Krishna. Shraddhavan bhajante yomam. Same yukta tamo mataka. So I consider him to be the most perfect. Yukta tamo mataka. That's what Krishna is saying. So for us, with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we become yogi, Krishna is everything for us. He's there in each and every atom also. Anoraniyamsam anusmaredyaga. One should know him, remember him as even smaller than the atom. Anoraniyamsam anusmaredyaga. But he's a maintainer of everything. Sarvasya dataram achintya rupa. So he's smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest. Anoraniyamsam anusmaredyaga. But he is the maintainer, he is the support, refuge, he is the support of everything. Sarvasya dataram, achintya rupam, inconceivable form. Aditya varnam tamasa parastat. So that's what is Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. We cannot put any limits to him. He is smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest. No limits, either way. On the lower side or on the higher side, we cannot put any limits. And he is very, very, very close to us and very, very, very far away from us also. So that way, we have to understand this very important fact that Lord Sri Krishna is pervading this entire universe. Yatha pravrittihi prashuddha purani. So by whom this entire world, universe is pervaded from the beginning, Puran. So we just have to seek to go to Krishna's abode. Tatat padam tat parimargitavyam. So that's what our goal. Our goal is that tatat padam. So that destination, that Krishna's abode. So that's what our goal is. Our goal is to be with Krishna all the time. That's what is param gatim. Acharati atmanasreyas tatoyati param gatim. So by performing all our activities which are good for ourselves. Atmanasreya. So what is good for the Atma, for the self? So that we should do and reach the supreme abode, Paramgati. So that means we should know what is good for Atma. We think that by working in this way, by earning a lot of money, a lot of this, a lot of that, shares, this, that, and all such things, name and fame and all such things, we think that they are good for us. But if they are going to take us to Adamam Gatim, then for the self, it is not good. Adamam Gatim means the most condemned destination. So Param Gatim means the supreme destination. So we should know what is good for the soul, for the Atma, for our self. So for that, we need to follow this Bhagavad Gita as it is. That's what is very important. If we get this knowledge fully and understand this Bhagavad Gita fully, completely, as Krishna is teaching us, the way Arjuna understood, so then if we act as per this Bhagavad Gita, so that means we are acting, we are doing activities which are good for our self. Based on Bhagavad Gita, whatever we do, that is good for the Atma. That's what it is. Acharati Atmana Shreyas. So that way, Krishna is very clearly teaching us that whether we want to do something or not to do something, it should be based on the decisions we should make only based on the instructions given in Bhagavad Gita. So when Krishna is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita that we should go and spread this message, that we should do it. When Krishna is teaching us that we should keep all abominable activities at a far distance, we should do it. Durenaki avaram karma. When Krishna is saying that, Krishna is teaching us that we should perform our prescribed duties, we should do it. Niyatam kuru karmatvam. Karma jayogi akarma. Like that, Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita in many, many slokas what we should do, what we should not do. Everything Krishna is teaching. I shall teach you what is karma and akarma. Even the learned persons, the educated persons, they are confused about what is karma and akarma. Tate karma pravakshami ajñatva mokshasya asubhat. So I shall explain to you, I shall teach you what is karma. So by knowing that knowledge, you will be freed from all the miseries of material existence, from the pangs of material miseries. So that's what Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is simply teaching us that you just throw away everything, abandon everything, just surrender unto me. So that means just follow what I say. So that's it. I shall take care of you. I will free you. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. You do not fear. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So that way, we should be always in Krishna consciousness, remembering Krishna. Krishna is helping us to do that. When we want to remember Krishna, then Krishna is helping us to remember him. So Krishna is creating so many opportunities for us to serve him, to remember him, and to understand what his teachings, to understand Krishna's teachings. How easy it is for us to understand this Bhagavad Gita. We are not finding any difficulty at all to understand this Bhagavad Gita. To understand all the verses what Krishna is teaching, there is no confusion, no difficulty at all. Krishna is teaching us very clearly that we should give up the attachment to the results. That's it. We should be a tyagi. So that we should do that. For example, if anyone who gives up the prescribed duties, then that kind of tyaga is actually in the mode of ignorance. Niyatasya tu sanyasaga karmano nopapatyati. Moha tasya parityagaga tamasaga parikirtyata. So niyatasya tu sannyasa, the prescribed duties. Niyatasya tu sannyasa karmano nopapatyati. One should not give up. One should not renounce the activities which are prescribed. If anyone gives up such activities out of illusion, moha tasya parityagaga tamasaga parikirtita. So he is doing it there in the mode of ignorance. Dukkha mityeva yat karma. So dukkha kaya klesha bhayatyajet. Sakritva rajasam tyagam naiva tyaga phalam labet. So anyone thinking that it is distress, it is difficult. Dukkha mityeva yat karma. Kaya klesha bhayatyajet. Kaya klesha bhaya. So thinking that it's bodily discomfort. So that's what kaya klesha bhaya means, out of fear. So out of fear of bodily discomfort. So that's what kaya klesha bhaya tyajet. So sakritva rajasam tyagam. So that kind of tyagam is rajasam, in the mode of rajoguna. Rajasam tyagam naiva tyaga palam labbet. We will not achieve any results for giving up such activities. Tyaga palam. Even if we give up the palam, tyaktva karma palam, we are going to get tyaga palam. So tyaktva palam, tyaga palam. So tyaktva palam means give up the results, give up the attachment to the results. For that there is a result. So that result we are going to get. So that way Krishna is teaching us that one should perform activities just as a matter of duty. Karyamityeva yat karma niyatam kriyate arjuna sangam tyaktva palam chaiva satyagaga satviko. So we should perform all our activities just as a matter of duty. Karyamityeva yat karma sangam tyaktva palani. So palam chaiva. So we should give up the attachment to the results of our activities. Sangam tyaktva palam chaiva. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. Yetani apitu karmani. So all the activities we should not be giving up. We should do it. Only we should do it by giving up the attachment to the results of activities. Sangam tyaktva palanicha. Etani apitu karmani sangam tyaktva palanicha kartavyani me pata nishchitam matam uttamam. That's what Krishna is teaching. So that way we should give up all attachment to the results, because we are attached to Krishna. Because we are fully depending on Krishna, we are not attached to anything else in this material world. So then whatever activities we do, so they are not going to bind us to this material world. So that is a very important secret we need to understand, that our activities will not bind us to this material world when we are always connected with Krishna. Only when we are not connected with Krishna, that means when we are connected with the material sense objects, so that means when we are expecting the results, when we are going after the results, so then there is a problem. Then we are going to be in struggle only in this material world. We will be suffering in this material world. So that's what is going to happen. So we should not be suffering and struggling in this material world. So simply we should remember Krishna and worship Krishna. That's why Krishna is teaching us that having come to this temporary miserable world, you simply worship me, simply render devotional service unto me. Anityam vasukam lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. Directly Krishna has told us very clearly. So having come to this temporary miserable world, you worship me. That's what Krishna is. So that way, if you worship Krishna, if we surrender unto Krishna, if we are a great devotee of Krishna, and if we spend our entire life only for in the service of Krishna, we are going to gain that yoga balam, that strength. We are going to get that devotion unto Krishna. So we are going to remember Krishna at the time of death. So Krishna is creating a lot of opportunities for us to please him. So much of opportunities we are getting. We will be able to make so many devotees. It all will happen. It's happening already. We are all proof. We are all here studying, attending this Bhagavad Gita every day. and we are very much enjoying and getting the knowledge and practicing this Bhagavad Gita, and we are seeing a change in our life. Actually, many devotees already have shared their experience that how it is changing their life in our day-to-day life. We are not disturbed by all small things in this material world. We are not attached to anything else in this material world. Our goal is only to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and we love our Krishna, and we understand that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So this knowledge is actually changing our life completely. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge is making such a huge difference in our life. So it gives complete meaning to our life. So with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, only such things are happening. Without which we will be simply wasting our life. This human life, we will be just wasting. This is a great opportunity, excellent opportunity, very, very rare opportunity. If we don't use this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, if we don't surrender unto Krishna, that means we are simply wasting this human life, actually, this human body. So now with this knowledge, we are able to now be in Krishna consciousness all the time. We are not getting disturbed. Our mind is focused on Krishna only. Because this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, actually Krishna is always with us. That's what is very important. Krishna is there everywhere. Krishna is there everywhere. But we are able to feel Krishna's presence through this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. That's what is very important. Because whenever any sloka we are studying, quoting, understanding, that is directly coming from Krishna only. Again and again, it is directly coming from Krishna only, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Whatever knowledge he gave to Arjuna in the battlefield 5,000 years ago, the same knowledge Krishna is even teaching to us today also, now also, every day. Whenever we study a sloka, we are getting the knowledge. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 11 slokas in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So the Karma Yoga, what we are studying. So Krishna is teaching us in that chapter, in the 10th sloka, what we studied. Saha yajnaga prajaga shishtva purovacha prajapati anena prasavishyadvam yeshavoshtu ishtakama dukha. So along with prajas, along with the generations, the Prajapati also created the yajnas, the various offerings, yajnas, and he told Purovacha, he told Anena prasavisyadvam yeshavoshtu ishtakamatu. So by performing these yajnas, you be prosperous, you get what you want. So be more and more prosperous, prasavisyadvam. So that's what he has blessed us. So he blessed us, the Lord of creatures, Prajapati. In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods along with sacrifices for Vishnu and blessed them by saying, "Be thou happy by this yajna, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation." And then he said, that's what we studied yesterday in the 12th sloka, 11th sloka in the 3rd chapter. Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu vaha bhavayantaha parasparam bhavayantaha sheyaga paramavapsyata. Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu vaha parasparam bhavayantaga sheyaga param avapsita. So the demigods, being pleased with such yajnas, they give us what we need. And then we need to again in turn, we need to offer back to them. So that way, both of them will please. Parasparam bhavayantu. So pleased. So that's what, that way it is good for us. Sheyaga param avapsyata. So that's what the Lord of Creatures, Prajapati, said. And if you remember, we discussed that the demigods are agents, basically. So they are all working for Krishna. So they are at a level higher than us. So like in an organization, there are different levels of managers and all kinds of team leaders, all such things. So like that here, they have a higher authority than us. But if you have the knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita, if you understand Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we should simply surrender unto Krishna and do everything for Krishna. So that way there is really no need to worry about all these things. That's why Krishna said in the 66th sloka, you throw away everything, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. Mam ekam saranam braja. That's it. If you just surrender unto Krishna, we are free. So that way here Krishna is saying that the demigods being pleased by sacrifices will also please you, and thus by cooperation between men and demigods, prosperity will reign for all. And then in the next sloka, which I have quoted many times, so no, in the 13th sloka we discussed many times. So here in the next sloka is continuing that Ishtan Bogan Hivo Deva Dasyante Yajna Bhavitaha Taidatan Apradayabhyo Yogum Teste Nayevasaga. So those demigods, devas, so they will give us what we want by such yajnas. So dasyante yajna bhavitaga. So being satisfied by such yajnas, so they will give us what we want because they are working for Krishna. So they are getting it from Krishna and give us what we want. Everything is coming from Krishna only. And Taidatan apradayabhyo. But if we don't again offer back to them, then Krishna is saying that we are thieves. That's what yo bhungte stena yevas. In fact, in this material world, we take it for granted. We think that everything is created for us. And we are just trying to exploit this material nature. So we are trying to get whatever, like these days we are worrying about global warming and this and that, like even for water. For water, it was few decades ago, water was not bottled and sold anywhere. There was no bottled water. When I was in schools and all school college like 20, 30 years ago, that was not the case. So now, wherever we go, we drink water everywhere. There was no problem. But now, that is not the case. You have to get bottled water. And that also, we don't know whether it is pure or not. That also have a lot of issues, a lot of problems. This is really a very, very demoniac situation in this life now. Air also is very highly polluted. So that way, now we are worried about global warming and all such things. A lot of problems, a lot of issues. Everything is man-made. Everything, a lot of plastics everywhere. So everything, ocean is polluted. Big, huge oceans are polluted. So all such things are happening, and now we are worried. Things are genetically modified. So now they sell non-GMO at a higher price. Why the hell you need to modify genetically and then you sell it as non-GMO at a very higher price? And everything basically by nature is organic. So now they sell everything as organic food. So we make it inorganic and then we want to sell it as organic. So this is all material nonsense. So that's what Krishna is teaching us, that yo bhungte stena yevasaga. So they are simply considered as thieves. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So in charge of the various necessities of life, the demigods being satisfied by the performance of yajna will supply all necessities to you, but he who enjoys such gifts without offering them to the demigods in return is certainly a thief. So he is certainly a thief. That's what Krishna is saying. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the 12th sloka in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Umajnanattimradasya Jnana Jana Salakaya Chakshurmilitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदाम. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Timir Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Hare Krishna to all the devotees. I kindly request the devotees to use the Zoom raise hand feature to ask your questions to Guruji. Ravindra Goyal Prabhu says, Hare Krishna Guruji. Thank you for the wonderful class. And Subir Mishra Prabhu says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. We don't have any questions, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji, for the wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Roma Rai Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank
Hare
you so
Krishna,
much.
Mataji.
Thank you so much for the wonderful class.
Yes, Mataji. Hare
Happy
Krishna.
Guru Purnima, Guruji.
Thank you.
Actually, yesterday it was. I thought today it is Guru Purnima.
Yes, Mataji.
That's why, Guruji.
No, Mataji, it's Krishna's mercy only. Everything we are all able to study Bhagavad Gita by Krishna's mercy. Yes, Mataji.
I'm glad that you are back, Guruji.
Yes,
Hoping
Mataji,
that
Krishna.
everything is well at your end.
Yes, Mataji, Krishna's mercy. It's going well. Yes, Mataji.
Wishing and praying for the welfare of your family, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much. Krishna's mercy, all of us will do well and serve Krishna very nicely. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Guruji. Krishna's mercy.
Everything
Thank you so
Krishna.
much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Satyendra Singh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Pranam Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you Guruji for a wonderful class.
Yes, Prabhu.
And I missed yesterday's class, but I'm
Yes.
happy. I am blessed that you remembered me on
Yes,
Guru
Prabhu.
Purnima Day.
Yes, Prabhu.
That is a unique way. Really, you are Guru, and your blessings are always with us. Thank you, Guruji, for
Krishna's mercy, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hina Mataji. Hare Krishna. Deepesh Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class. I have no questions today.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. SK Garg Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Guruji, thank you very much for the wonderful class.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
No question from my side, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Ram. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. R.K. Goyal Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Couldn't hear you, Prabhu. R.K. Goyal Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Palaniappan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Today's class also very interesting, and at the same time, even the sloga also says, whatever ladder you came up, you should not forget that ladder.
Yes.
So more or less the same meaning it is. It was told 5,000 years before by Krishna. That
Yes.
is a very interesting thing to learn. That demigod, even though we pray demigods, we should not forget demigods after the results have come out. It's a very, very important things which we have to learn. Thank you, Guruji. Today's class. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Brinda Jai Singh Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class, Guruji. So,
Yes.
this class was also very nice, but I have not been very clear about this part of karma, what you spoke. So, can you just, in a short way, explain to me the latter part of your lecture?
Yes, Mataji. We are talking about in the Krishna is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita what the sloka, what we studied, that everything is given to us, but we have to give it back in return. That's what is called yajna. So otherwise, we are simply thieves. We just take it for granted, all the material resources here. We think that they are there for us to enjoy. And if we simply ignore Krishna, who is the Yajna Purusha, so that means Krishna is teaching us that we are just thieves. That's what yo bhumte stena eva saga. So we need to understand. So also in the second chapter, 47 sloka, also we studied that karmanyeva adhikaraste ma paleshu kadasham. So we have only the right to perform our duty, but we don't have any right to the results. So that means if we claim the results, then that means we are doing wrong things. We are stealing. So that's what we are thieves. That's what Krishna. So in Krishna's viewpoint, in front of Krishna, anyone who is claiming the results, they are simply thieves. That's it. You understand that, Mother?
Yes, yes, Guruji. That part I understood. But also you said that we must do things what is good for our soul. So
Yes.
very often we, forget to even think what is good for the soul. Yes. So when we are connected to Krishna, it is automatically we are working towards our soul, which is connected to Krishna. So that
Yes.
becomes that we are doing for Krishna.
That is correct. Yes, Mother. So when if we study this Bhagavad Gita and work for Krishna, serve Krishna, all those things, we are automatically connected with Krishna. Whatever work we do, we should do it only for Krishna. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
We should think
Guruji.
that we are doing it for Krishna only. Whatever we do, we should think that we are doing it for Krishna only.
Yes, Guruji. So my understanding is that we have to think more of the super soul in us than what is good for the soul all the time. It's thinking of Atma, we have to think of Paramatma, super soul.
That is correct. So he is there with us. Upadrishta, Anumanta, Bharta, Bhokta, Maheswaraga, Paramatma iti chayuktaka, Tegesmin Purushaka para. So he is there within our body. So that way, we need to be always in connection with Krishna only. We should never forget that. So that way, when we are constantly connected with Krishna, then there are no issues at all. Only when we forget about Krishna, then we are putting ourselves into trouble. That is not good for the soul.
Yes. Yes, Guruji. So when you say we means we are the Atma.
So, the Atma.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you so much. It's a great learning on a daily basis. Without your interpreting little by little, we would not be in the same understanding. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for being there always. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Guruji.
Krishna.
I don't have any
Hare
question, Guruji. Thank you very much for keeping us in Krishna conscious, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram. Hare Rama Rama. Hare Krishna.
Krishna to everyone. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you for a wonderful class, Guruji, and thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousness always, and
Yes,
also giving us the bhakti every day.
Yes, Mataji. Krishna's mercy only it's happening. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. R.K. Koyal Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Are you able to? I think we are not able to hear you at all, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. There is some problem. Maybe if you disconnect and join again, it may work, Prabhu. Suresh Tabi Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Very nice session, Guruji, today also. You
Yes,
said
Prabhu.
like the learning is like you do what the Atma is saying. So when Atma
Yes,
will
Prabhu.
always be like wanting to be in the association with the Lord Krishna. So
Yes, Prabhu.
that is where the peace will be, you will be getting it. So the Atma actually is yourself. But then you said that it is Atma. Means like it is more clarified rather. So what Atma is
Yes.
saying means actually Atma is yourself because soul is you.
Yes.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Guru. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sunil Srivas, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Guruji, Dandavat Pranam Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam. Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Suresh Tabik, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
I spoke to you, Guruji.
Oh, we already spoke. Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna,
Thank you,
Guruji.
Prabhu. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Hare
Hare.
Krishna. Mahendra Shukla, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla, Prabhu. I'm not able to hear you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Guru.
Prabhu.
Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
pranams. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Today
Hare
Guru
Krishna.
Bar. Yeah, happy Guru Bar.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
So today, very good experience, Guruji. I gone through the slokas.
Yes,
See, in the nutshell, what I understand is there is a Jivatma and there is a Paramatma. The Paramatma is nothing but it's a Krishna. So it is within yourself. So he get connected. So when your Jivatma does the activity without any expectation and
Yes.
do it very consciously, remembering that Krishna is doing everything, and
Yes,
the result and fruits goes to him only. All Krishna
Yes.
Arpanamastu. That's all. We can't expect anything. If it happens, then there is a syncing of Jivatma and Paramatma. So the
Yes, Prabhu.
Paramatma is nothing but you yourself become Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
So overall, the moral of the story, that is what I understand. So that is very difficult in our earlier phases, since we are binded by many of the material expectation and material activities, family activities, and all these things. So we have opportunity to convert ourselves. Slowly, we have to convert ourselves.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. So, a period of time with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, that will automatically happen.
Thank you, Guruji. So I think the more depth we go, we can do a lot of logical analysis, and it is nothing but the truth. So truth need not be challenged. The only thing is the truth will come to you little lately. That is the difference. So like a spark, you have to find that spark.
Yes, Prabhu. It will happen. Krishna's mercy over a period of time, it will happen.
Yeah. Thank you, Guruji. A wonderful experience, and today wonderful class, and a very good explanation you have given. So I think if you have permit time, we could able to do it in our daily other meeting or anything. So each and one subject we can go deeply.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Rama,
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu. Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Prabhu. Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Asha Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Thank you so
Krishna.
much, Guruji, for nice session. We are bound by the prescribed duty,
Yes, Mataji.
but our real goal is to connect ourselves with Krishna all the
Krishna.
time, Guruji.
All the time, 24/7. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, Guruji. Thank you so much, Guruji, keeping us in Krishna conscious. Really.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Ram Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
I'm sorry, Guruji, I couldn't focus, Guruji. Today,
No
my son
problem.
had an injury. Yesterday, he went for a baseball game, Guruji. So he had an
Okay.
injury, but it's recovered, Guruji. They called from the school yesterday, and he had a high swelling, but by the time he reached home, everything was okay, Guruji. And
Okay, very
so
nice.
he was wearing the spectacles, and also it didn't hit eye. So then he took rest, Guruji. This morning I took him to doctor for a general checkup. So he's still.
Yes.
So I was playing that, Guruji. Everyone was listening as well in the clinic.
Oh,
And I went to a nearby famous restaurant called Arya Bhavan. The cook came, he was asking. So I showed you a picture saying it is happening from Texas. You're my Guruji and all. He was also listening. He's from Tangier.
Very nice.
So
Very
I
nice.
told him, this is what happened. Last year by this time, I was arguing with this Guruji. I have Muruga, I have Karpsumi, I have my own Kali. Why are you
Yes.
teaching all this Krishna? See, now I transform. And I did mention I was mad for last 2 years. Then due to the COVID and other things, I was in acute depression. This Bhagavad
Yes.
Gita completely transformed me. I'm able
Yes.
to speak to you cohesively because of this Bhagavad Gita. I have about
Yes.
3 copies, Guruji, the Tamil Bhagavad Gita, Unmai Uruvil, paperback. So now this afternoon, I'll go and pass it to him. So
Yes.
that let him also read, Guruji. So Lord Krishna's place, Guruji, everything. I think nothing is planned. All these things, it was not planned.
Everything is His mercy, Prabhu. Krishna's costless mercy.
Yes. Sometimes we try to be emotional and harsh, then Krishna puts this kind of speed breakers. When I try to think because this month is a quarter ending for me, I'm slowly inching towards meeting my targets as well by the grace of Krishna's mercy. But I realize I'm doing that's why Krishna is putting a speed breaker. I was hoping few projects, Guruji, it's all magically get closed. I did not even expect that, Guruji. All government related project, I thought it get elongated. And when I spoke to you also, I asked for 1 month exemptions, Guruji. But yesterday evening, the general manager said, send me the forms, I'll sign off and close. So it's all happening through Lord Krishna's magic, Guruji. But
Krishna will do everything.
I didn't realize. I'm thinking I'm doing. Then Krishna puts the speed breaker. So and all credit goes to him, Guruji. He is leading us. We have to be humble and listen to him only, Guruji. And Guruji, Radhanath Swami's writings are excellent, Guruji. He's based out at Bombay, right, Guruji? Radhanath Swami, though he was born in
in
Chicago.
US.
Yes,
He
yes.
travels. Yeah, he travels between US and India. It's from Mumbai. Chowpatty.
Yes, Guruji. So we shall also plan to host him, Guruji. Probably your visits, the subsequent visits, right, Guruji? We should honor him. He is your guru. So the disciplic succession you're saying, that way you inherited everything from Radhanath Swami and yourself, and we are cascading down, Guruji. It is a great blessing. It is
Yes, Krishna's mercy.
I'm very fortunate, Guruji, all these things to happen, this satsang. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna to all. And Guru Purnima can continue. We can celebrate for the whole month also, Guruji. Really great magical moments, Guruji. We shall meet in the next Tamil class, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna to all. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. RK Goyal Prabhu, I don't know if it works this time. There is some problem. Manoranjan Sahu Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Yesterday I forgot because yesterday was Vyasa Purnima and really it was total enlightening day and right, you are breaking daily, you are enlightening us. So Guruji is everything. Guru Tattva hai, Shakti hai, Drashta hai. इसलिए Guru सब कुछ है. And I am very proud that you are always injecting us yesterday the Vyasa Purnima and we are that Gita and Bhagavad Gita through Krishna through that Vyasa. We are getting Astadasa Purana and everything. And he has compiled all 8 Vedas. So you also inject us regularly. We are not having that kind of knowledge to go through the Vyasa's books. But Gita, you are nicely illustrating us regularly and for us. We have to be restore our culture. This Vyasa Purnima, yesterday I forgot. I offer my oblations and salutations and prostrations onto your lotus feet, Guruji. And really, I am very much grateful and indebted. The society is now benefited by you, all the members and devotees. I offer my all salutations and also prostrations on all devotees, our Krishna consciousness family, and really we are very grateful. We are getting this kind of knowledge. You are taking us to this Goloka, and by your the powerful and enlightening and transcendental knowledge. So we are very fortunate, Guruji. I am very thankful. Pranam Guruji. Satata Naman 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 Naman.
Hare Krishna. Pranam. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan. Then again, tomorrow, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.